beautiful. I saw my waveforms look so nice and crispy.
Mine are perfectly spaced. You think I was playing a rhythm game with that waveform, all right?
Speaking of that, Steve, both of you, check out Sashimi Slayer. It is a
Sashimi Slayer.
What is that?
It is a free, very, very short rhythm game on Steam.
Oh.
And I played through it in like a few minutes. It's not very long. There's like 3 levels. It is actually quite good. Like very, very solid for what it is. So definitely both of you should check that out. Just if you have a couple minutes. Like I don't know that it's worthy of ever being brought to this show because it's just not long enough. Like I feel like they could flesh it out and make a full game. But it's fun. It's fun for that short period of time.
That's awesome.
Where do you find these games, man?
I don't even remember how I found that one at all. I mean, because I'm not very often looking for free games. Like, I wish list a lot of free games because whenever we do get around to doing a free game episode, I want them in the wish list and not in my library so I could go and like skim through them.
Oh,
Easier.
That's actually smart. Because once you add them to the library,
Yeah.
it's gone. You're like, what? I don't know why I bought that or when.
Yeah, it gets sorted weird for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, welcome in, everybody. This is IndieQuest, the celebration of the indie and obscure. I'm one of your hosts, Josh, joined by Seth, Captain Drachma. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Threw it to you really awkwardly, but hey, how's it going?
No, I was more surprised that you threw it to me first because we're not used to going in this order, but I'm doing well. And for once, usually I just copy Steve and whatever he says, like, oh, weather. Yeah, weather too. But this time I have
Weather
a unique,
2, the sequel to Weather.
Yep. I have a unique experience this weekend. My son got to go run in the junior high state championship for track for Ohio.
Awesome.
And that was very cool. Got to go do that yesterday. It was a long day. He ended up taking 9th. Did very well. Was disappointed in himself, of course, but he ran very well. And yeah, promising future for him. So it was a very fun time.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Love it. I'm also joined by, you heard his voice, his sweet timbre of a voice. Steve, how's it going?
Pretty good. My 3-year-old has entered no track competitions, but I am, at his request, wearing the same dirty Star Wars t-shirt for the 3rd day in a row. So
Hell yeah.
he, mid-Friday, I showered after doing some work outside, and then I put this one on, and he quite liked it. And on Saturday morning, he asked me, Daddy, can I wear my superhero shirt? Because he thinks the Star Wars characters are superheroes. And I was like, sure, buddy. And he's like, well, you got to wear your superhero shirt too. So he brought me over, he handed it to me. He's like, here you go. Wear your Star Wars shirt again. And I was like, yeah, 2 days in a row is only a half day yesterday. Who amongst us can't get a day and a half out of a t-shirt? And then 7:45 this morning, I wake up. He's on my side of the bed, nudging my shoulder. First thing he does in the morning is he hands me the t-shirt. He says, here you go, Dad. Here's your superhero t-shirt. So he's put that one right back on. So I got a whole weekend of grime carrying into this podcast with me.
Heck yeah. Just
Yeah,
it's the medieval times over there.
Yep, just wear one shirt until it falls off your body and then move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Why do we keep spacing them out and breaking them up like this?
It's
Just
like grab your shirt and like let it go, and it just puffs a cloud of dust like Pigpen. It's like,
Yeah.
so true. Little inexplicable white chunks of goo that appear on my
Yeah.
shirt. Like, what food was I eating, or what food was my toddler eating that got all over me?
well, while we're at the top here, I wanted to let people know that we're doing our Hades review next episode. Our Supergiant game catalog review is continuing. You guys gonna jump back in and play some before? I guess everybody's gonna be playing some, so we can be fresh on it a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll hop back in. Honestly, it's so funny with Hades. It seems like no matter what, whenever I jump back into Hades, that's how you know it's not only a really good game, but a really good roguelite. because every time I hop back in, I'm like, God, this is just one of the best games that have ever been created. Truly. It is so good.
Yeah.
It is that good. I can't avoid, cliche as it is, comparing other games to Hades. It's like Dark Souls in that way, where whenever I'm describing a video game, if we're doing like a ranking on stream or something, my brain, if it's even vaguely rogue adjacent, I'm like, now relative to Hades, this isn't as good. But, it's like 2/3 of a Hades, which is still pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously it will be more nuanced, but Hades haters maybe steer clear of that one, because spoilers, we already all like the game.
We also don't have to feel bad about being coy or not coy in this case, because it is already on the main quest.
Yeah.
So it's
true.
It's a banger. You know that going in. We're just going to talk about it. So
just
gonna have some fun.
Excuse to keep on talking about all their games.
Yes.
Because it's fun to especially see them all kind of, I mean, not back to back to back, but, pretty much to see the evolution of the gameplay. It's been pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be fun to jump back into Hades a bit, do some runs and stuff, and then go and do 2 in a few months. And like when we finally get to that, and just to see how much more they expanded, or if they expanded in good ways. I don't know. I haven't really played 2 enough to make that distinction yet,
Neither have
question.
I've heard amazing things, though. Truly.
Yeah, same.
So, and to be honest, even if it's just more Hades but different levels, I'm kind of on board. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
All right. Well, let's jump right on into it. We're doing an IQ OST. We haven't done one of these since the new year, since we did our like greatest hits of 2025. So it's been almost 6 months. No theme this time at all. And I figure we can go ahead and I guess I should let people know what this is. We sit down and listen to some of our favorite or notable indie game music and songs that we've been loving in like the last 6 months or whatever. Just stuff that we want to highlight. So no theme, no era, nothing like that. These are just going to be banger picks today. So I guess I could start us off if you guys would like.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. A game I just finished. It is called Mio Memories in Orbit. Mm-hmm. I know, Seth, you played some of this, and you heard some of the music, which I'm sure you very notably noticed how great the music is in that game.
Oh, it's so good. Yes.
Yeah. So the composer is Nicholas Guigan. I probably butchered that, but the song's going to be called Haven. This is basically this game's Green Path, pretty much. You are in a very sterile and dark and mechanical area. You work your way up, and you get into like these big fluorescent colored trees and beautiful environments, lots of naturalistic looking things all over the place, and it's gorgeous. And this track kicks in. It's called Haven from the Mio soundtrack. Let's take a listen. So yeah, when that talk box part kicks in, when you're in the middle of the gameplay, because okay, we were talking a little bit while the song was going. The game is gorgeous, like stunning. So it's like the most beautiful part of the game I've seen so far, and then that like climax of that moment or climactic moment of the song hits as the beautiful part of the environment is hitting at the same time. It's just really it kind of gave me a little bit of chills in a good way, you know. So what'd you guys think?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I think of that instrument as being a little more, or like deploying that in a song as being a little more forward. You know, it's usually more of a pay attention to me type of moment when they're busting it out. But in this case, you know, this whole track is already obviously designed to fade into the background of what you're doing. And it's actually used relatively subtle, which I think is a fun idea. And the whole track is really, really fun. It's very Citizen Sleeper-y, which is obviously going to be in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, to use that, I guess, effect in a very soothing, somber song is very contrasting to how it's typically used, which is very cool. Although I'm sure there's so many artists that use it in a similar way. I just don't listen to them. Like we were talking about, Peter Frampton, Joe Walsh, they use it in a very, more harder rocking type of way. But yeah, I mean, incredible song. And you touched on it, Josh, but I don't think it could be stated enough how good looking this game is on top of how good it sounds. It's like the best colored pencil art you've ever seen. I feel like that's just hopefully at some point, either you, since you've gone through it, or one of us brings it, because I feel like it deserves a spot on the quest log. So very good bring. Yeah.
And I did want to mention, just before Steve runs and grab for his first song, the way they use the vocals in this, all the music for the most part, not all the music. I don't want to spoil anything. There are tracks and things that don't do this, but every time there's someone singing, they're not really saying anything. They are an instrument inside of the song, and that's apparent here in this song. And like, no matter what the song is, it's usually just like a ohs and ahs and like just very ambient sounding vocals. And it's just a very unique sounding soundtrack from that perspective. I could see myself turning it on and like, folding some laundry or something. Like it's just really chill. And like the boss tracks actually do slap too. They're like really upbeat and energetic and very like electronic. So like the exploration music's a little more laid back. And then like the actual like combat stuff is like what you would want from a boss theme. So really cool soundtrack overall. Yeah, that game was really good. Maybe we'll talk about it again at some point.
Heck yeah.
I really got to check it out. Good pick. All right. Well, then for my first song, Josh segued me perfectly into energetic electronic boss themes. My first song is the boss theme that we hear in Love-ish, which came out earlier this year. This entire game has an incredibly addictive chiptune soundtrack. And so it was hard for me to pick just when I was listening to the soundtrack all day. And I landed on this one because, it's a boss fight. So it's very high energy. And it's just got a couple fun melodies, a couple fun hooks. I actually couldn't find this on the internet anywhere. Like I was looking up the OST, didn't show up at all. So I just went out to Bandcamp and I bought it directly from Matt Cap, the composer. Nice. Sent $7 their way. And so here we are. And so that's why you guys are listening to it out of my Google Drive instead of out of YouTube. So we'll talk more after the track, but this is On Guard by Matt Cap from Love-ish. So now that you're all amped up, now that you're up on your tippy toes, how are we feeling? How do we enjoy the song?
This is so good. That's just 8-bit chiptune goodness right there, man. There's never been a, I don't even know if you'd call it a genre, really, but I suppose I'm just going to use it because I can't think of a better word. A genre of music that never, ever gets old. I could listen to that until I die and still be amped up by it.
Yep. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, makes me want to get up and skank in my office here, No, it's like, it reminds me of what it's going for. It's like this is, you could tell it's like 8-bit retro throwback music, similar to like a Shovel Knight. It could just be in like a playlist with mashed up with all that type of music, and it would fit right in. Yeah, turn it on when you work out. You're gonna want to run a mile, 10 miles, 20 miles, just loop it.
Yeah,
it just has that energy.
Yes.
This whole soundtrack's like that though. So
yes, the whole, you heard it loop a couple times there in that track. The whole soundtrack loops. Most songs are usually 2 or 3 chunks repeated, sometimes with some slight variation in the underlying percussion. But the soundtrack has this weird way of each section builds up into the next one. So by the time it loops, it's almost like it's scaffolded and you're 15% more hype than you were the first time you heard that loop. And then it builds and you're 15% more hype the next time. And it's just an infinite energy glitch. You just keep getting more hype as you play through. And since the soundtrack in the stages doesn't reset when you enter new levels, it plays through and you go to the world map, it plays through to the next stage, you're just always hearing these songs over and over and over again. And I literally never got tired of them in my entire time playing the game.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I suppose this won't be a smooth transition because I went with the Josh approach and went with cool and calming song for my first one. So we got hyped up just to be kind of put back to sleep a little bit. But when I brought this game, I think everyone listening to this show knew that a song would come from it someday. And so I am bringing a song from Sheepo because Eric Thompson has turned out to be one of my favorite indie composers there ever is, ever will be. I can't wait for Well Dweller. But this is a very calming, chill song. I mentioned it on the episode I brought it to proper that dude has the market cornered for chill, whimsical songs. So this is Upper Landing from Sheepo by Eric Thompson. All right, that was Upper Landing by Eric Thompson from the game Sheepo. How'd you guys feel about that relaxing tune?
Whiplash from my track. Yeah. I know I should have rearranged some of my songs because we could have eased people in and calmly to this episode. with what I have coming up. But that was so good. So, you know, it was like an even softer version of the track that Josh brought from Mio. It's just relaxing, chill. I was saying to you guys during the listen that within like 10 seconds, I knew immediately I could put this on my nighttime playlist. You know, I want to just sip some sleepy time tea, you know, rest my head on the pillow and listen to this one as I drift off.
Yeah. Yep. That's the fun part about this to me is like we don't know what the songs are going to be, so you know they get to have some bipolar stuff going on from time to time. No, but the track was amazing. Makes me want to play the game more. Like I just need to prioritize the rest of Kyle Thompson's library because Crypt Custodian was so good, and that's the only one I've played, and so there's a few more gems just sitting there when I'm feeling it, you know, like I know I'm gonna like them. So yeah, track's amazing, but I expected it from that team and that composer. So, but yeah, so cool, so calming, so relaxing. Would fit alongside my first track for sure. Yeah.
Steve had to go and throw a wrench in our plans, but hey, that's why he's here.
I know. Sorry.
Well,
sorry,
I'm gonna change the tempo again anyway, so that doesn't matter with my second song. I brought a song from a game that we talked about a little bit last year when it came out, but don't think it was kind of celebrated enough as it should be. Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo.
Oh yeah.
So there is an area called Old Radalia Town, and it's like the second area of the game. Imagine early 90s rat street thugs, a bunch of cops in the town trying to clean up the city, GBA art style. And that's what the track's going to sound like. It's the town theme for Old Radalia Town. The composer is Leonard Lima and Henrik Lorenzi. Let's check it out from Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. So yeah, nice laid back. When I'm playing this game, it really makes me think of like Saturday morning cartoons. It has that fun energy. So this track really just makes me think of that, and makes me feel like a little nostalgic, which was what they're going for. And also, it kind of like goes into, it's one of those games where that game is actually pretty challenging. So like having like this nice cozy background music will kind of like lay you back as you're kind of suffering through some hard combat here and there. But yeah, it's a great track. What do you guys think?
Fantastic. I loved it from start to finish. You were mentioning, Josh, you didn't realize how long it was, but
yeah,
I did. We were talking about some other things, just jamming out to it the entire time. Like, that was such a good tune from start to finish, and makes me so upset with myself that I never got around to that game. That's just one that I missed completely. But hey, that's what backlogs are for, I suppose. So I can always go back.
Yeah, I also did that game dirty. And that song only made me feel worse about it. It's very good. It's hard to strike a balance between chill and jaunty at the same time, but that one was both chill and jaunty. And I appreciate that it was not super heavy-handed. It means that, they're taking a bit of a subtle approach, which is always nice. So, definitely got to get around to that one. I was chatting with the boys while listening that with Mina the Hollower coming out, it pushes this one even further down my backlog, which is unfortunate because I'll probably play Mina first, but I will then eventually get around to Pipistrello. There's a lot of games. I haven't even played Pizza Tower yet.
Yeah, I know.
So that was like
cut me some slack.
2-3 years ago or something. Yep, that's how it goes, right?
It's hard out here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm actually grateful that you brought I guess, quote unquote, longer track. It was like 5 minutes, but you brought a longer one because my next one is quite short. And there's a number of tracks on this soundtrack that are a little longer. But I opted for this one because I feel like it kind of captures the vibe of Carto's OST quite well. Nice. So our buddy Seth recently brought Carto to the quest log, and I went ahead and played it myself. Played all the way through it at this point, finished it up, and we'll talk more about my thoughts in the back half because it pairs nicely with the music. But for now, we're going to go listen to Prairie from Carto. This is from one of the earlier levels in the game. It's by Eddie Yu.
Steve, you mentioned that I brought this recently. It was years ago, dude. It feels recent.
No shot. It was years ago.
100%. I think it was years ago. I don't remember.
Let me see how long ago that was.
I don't remember what episode.
Maybe 2 years ago?
Yeah. I would say it's at least 2 years ago.
Oh, my God. I'm turning to dust in real time, fellas. Okay. Well,
your old Snake, Metal Gear Solid 4 old Snake meme where you just turn gray instantly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Legitimately. You brought this on episode 76.
So 3 years ago, maybe?
Let's see. Let's get the date. Let's get the date. We got to figure it out. All right. IndieQuest, Buzzsprout. Episode 76. Don't fail me now, Google. All right. Let's see. 76 was January 17th, 2024. So.
Oh, about 2 years. Yeah, 2.5 years.
Over 2.5 years. Yeah. It's not too bad.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Well.
relatively recently, I suppose, in the grand scheme of us all being in our mid-30s. So you were right.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. I mean, in the same world where we were doing an OST episode, and I was like, has it really been almost half a year since we did one?
Yeah.
Recently, Seth and I just talked about Carto. Oh, only 2.5 years ago, I barely had a child at that point. He couldn't even crawl. And yet I'm like, yeah, it's just yesterday. So. Obviously, Seth, you know the soundtrack, so I'm curious. Josh, what were your first reactions? They're short. I know you were gone before you could really dig in.
No, it's cool.
What were your thoughts?
Try to visualize it as a loop, right? It's like a nice.
Yes.
It just feels like really good puzzle game music, which is always nice. Very, very calming, kind of ambient, but also kind of pleasant just to listen to and just kind of bob your head to while you're trying to figure out it. I've seen this game. It's basically you're just trying to fit maps together, right? Like turning the world for the most part.
Yeah.
I remember Seth talking about it back in the day, 2 years ago or something, a while ago. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I can see myself just kind of letting it kind of fade into the background, but also making the whole presentation elevating it at the same time, which is what you want from a game like that.
Yes.
In addition to it being just good puzzle game music, it's also, and this is something I didn't realize when I played it. I would only know this from watching Steve stream it, but it's good chill stream music too.
Yeah,
not too bombastic. It allows for just, gradual conversation while you're playing a chill game. That's good for that, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, Carto, it didn't blow my doors off back in the day. Maybe you're going to talk about other thoughts or feelings quickly, Steve, but it didn't blow my doors off. But it is a fun, chill, couple-hour puzzle game, and we need more of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a very pleasant time. Just like this is a very pleasant track, right? What I like about this one, this is prairie. There's songs that, as in many games, I don't think it's a spoiler to say that you travel to various biomes. You're in a volcano area at one point. You're in an ice area at one point. Here you're in a prairie. And I like that in under a minute, this song does a really good job capturing you can feel the sun on your cheek. You can feel the wind blowing through the grass. It's got that little2 clicky instrument that's almost like they're going for a cicada or a grasshopper sound. They do a lot with a little, which I think really captures the very wholesome energy. The whole game has a very wholesome vibe to it, which I really liked. You side quested it back in the day. I think I'd probably agree with that. It was sometimes a little uneven, but the parts where it was working well, it was such a delightful time. It just felt very uplifting, very warm, very cozy game. So this was the song that I felt kind of best captured that. But I encourage folks to listen to the entire soundtrack. It's the sort of soundtrack I would wager that most people that play the game wouldn't it wouldn't pull their attention. They wouldn't say, oh yeah. Instead it was just kind of doing its job in the background. But then when you stop and actually listen to it, you're like, dude, this is pretty nice. The worst thing I can say about it is it's just too short.
Yes, agreed. Okay, I suppose that yeah. Too long of a pause there. Hello, it's my turn. All right, here we go.
Is that here?
So I am going to tone shift completely. It's my turn to do everyone dirty out there after you've been lulled. And I'm bringing a game that I actually recently brought to a second opinion, and that's Panzer Paladin, and I'm bringing a song from it called Skygates. I don't think there's really a song on this entire OST that is chill. It all rips all the time. But yeah, this is Skygates from Panzer Paladin by composer, and I hope I say this correctly, Patrice Bourgeau, I believe. So let's give it a listen. All right, so that was Skygates from Panzer Paladin. Definitely a tone shift from the last couple, but how'd you guys feel about that? Steve, you've listened to that OST front to back a while ago, so I'll ask you first, Josh. What did you think of that?
It was exactly what I would think, looking at like the key art and the cover art and the gameplay. Super like 80s vibes, super in your face in a good way. Like let's go kick some ass and shoot some stuff as a mech. You know, that's what the song says, and that's what the game's all about. And yeah, it just rips, man. It kicks ass.
It does.
Yes. I just think it's so cool that, I mean, you all heard that song. You know it ruled. You can compare that to the Lovish track. And here we have two games, both in style, the game itself and the soundtrack, going for an 8-bit adjacent thing, harkening back to that era, but taking some creative liberties. And yet they produce two completely different sounds, like two totally different energies, two totally different like emotions when you listen to them, even though they're both just like really high energy 8-bit chiptune songs. So I don't know why every composer that makes music for any game out there is a genius. Like there's way more hits than misses, but they're doing something right. And yeah, this is certainly one of them. This is another one, you know, for your workout playlist. This is what you get: your protein, your creatine, and your Skygates, your Panzer Paladin.
Hell yes, dude. Hell yes.
Yeah.
Top to bottom. It was so hard to pick one track from this OST too. They all complete bangers, top to bottom. So one of my favorite things about this game was the music. So go and listen to the whole soundtrack. It is on YouTube, so you can give it a listen before playing the game if you so choose.
Yeah, it's very memorable. But just to continue with the tonal chaos of the show, we're going to bring it down for another chill track. This song is from a game I just recently brought to the quest log, Spiritfarer.
Oh,
so
nice.
This one was kind of hard for me because there is a lot of good music in this game. So what I went ahead and selected was the main theme, which takes a lot of little snippets from basically the entire OST, from a lot of the town themes and a lot of like the things you do in the game, and kind of mixes it into one 3-minute song that kind of gives you a full like package of what the game kind of feels like musically. So let's listen to the main theme from Spiritfarer by Max LL. So yeah, that feels kind of like, to me, a good encapsulation where the music can go. It has like very somber and kind of melancholic music, and then it has really nice town themes, and then it has very epic orchestrations. And I feel like this has like 3 or 4 segments to it where it builds, and it has like a little jaunty area to it. So it kind of encapsulates the game. This is the title screen music. When you turn the game on, and it just says Spiritfarer, start your game, this is what plays. And it's a nice thing to like get a feel for what the game is, So there are so many good town themes in this game. There's so many good tracks. Every character has their own theme too. So it's like there is just a lot of variety, but you still hear that. I was like asking you guys, it's called a leitmotif, that little beat, that little rhythm, that catchy rhythm's almost in every single one of the songs. So you're going to hear that a lot, but you start humming it while you're playing the game because it's kind of in the background as you're doing your cozy simulation game. So what did you guys think?
We talked a little bit. I mentioned while we were listening that it reminded me a bit of Planet of Lana, but honestly, I think I have a better touch point, at least in my opinion, and that is when you're getting ready to watch a Studio Ghibli film, and they give you like the 5 minutes at the beginning that sets everything up, but then it gives you like intro credits.
Yeah.
Yes.
That music works perfectly over top of something like that. Like that's what hits for me. And that's just that, to me, some of the best songs ever created are during those parts because it gets you set up for this epic adventure you're about to go on. So I love that.
Yeah, the song like almost told its own little mini story. It starts out one way, it picks up in energy, and then it kind of unwinds at the tail end. So it's a little surprising it's the main theme, but like I think it works, and I think it's fantastic. So it gets me more excited to play the game, which by more excited I just mean makes me feel guiltier that I haven't played it yet. It's still just sitting on my shelf.
Yeah, I would say it's like a main theme in spirit more than anything, because that that part like goes in almost every song, so it kind of sets that up as like, you're playing a Mario game, you hear the same Mario beat, but with different instrumentations depending on where you're at. That similar type of thing, throughout the game, which is really nice. So, yeah, it's just a special game. This will be one that's going to be one of, when I'm doing like my favorite games of the year that wasn't from this year, this is going to be like on the short list. It just really felt special to me, and the music was a big key component to that. It's just really, really good.
Yeah. Just another shout out to composers. Again, how do you keep coming up with little 6-note, gentle piano, 2-second clips that stick in my ear? And you're like, oh, this is so emblematic of this game, and I've never heard this before, even though it's like a handful of notes. You'd think that all of them would be taken by now.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So kudos. All right. Well, for my last one of the day, I'm bringing you a track here from Lock Digital, the puzzle game. So kind of a puzzly energy today, I guess, between this and Carto. This song is called Lock Boy, and this is actually a song that most people won't hear in the game because this is bonus level music. So you can unlock like harder challenge levels by going above and beyond as you play through the game. This is the music that plays during that. I would say it is slightly more upbeat, or maybe like a slightly more in your face than songs from the game typically are, but it's still a relatively chill song. And what's fun about it is, I think it's because it's a bonus level, they feel like they can be a little more fun with it, a bit more jaunty, a little more poppy, but also it does feature like little clips, stings, or callbacks or homages to music from the previous worlds in the game. So it's sort of like a Super Mash collection of music that you get from all the worlds of Loc, which is a great game. So this is the song Loc Boy. The composer is Blaj, and let's give it a listen. Well, I got to ask, what did my Loke boys think of that one? All right. A fan? Or is this going to be the first time in IQ OST history that you said that song sucked?
Could you guys imagine if we're like, what, if ever, even if we actually thought it legitimately sucked, if we actually ever come here and we're like, man, I don't know, I wasn't really digging that.
You really brought that? Okay. All right.
I thought our tastes aligned, but turns out I'm looking for a new co-host. Yeah, I mean, it was incredible. I love raw chiptunes, but give me a splash of chiptunes and a splash of like electronic. Like that's just chef's kiss, the best stuff ever. And if I ever get hit with the crunchy percussion chiptune, I'm like all in. Back when we were kids, we were like, oh, that kind of sounds weird. Like clearly they're trying to do something with that on my Game Boy, but it doesn't sound right. Well, nowadays I'm like, hell yeah, that's nostalgia right there, baby.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. And you know that back then, a lot of those composers they just really wanted to play the actual drums on the track, and this was the best they could do.
Yep.
And then now these days, you hear like, we can get the whole sweeping orchestra, all the drums and guitar we want, and a lot of times I'm like, yeah, but could you go back to like the low quality samples, because I was actually liking those more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just give you that feeling. I like how this feels like there are chords that is basically the vocal, like, you know what I mean? It's like there's a singing vocal area that's just chiptunes. It's like what they would try to approximate somebody singing in a chiptune era, which is really fun. So just a very pleasant song. I can see myself doing some weird word puzzles. Say that 10 times fast while that plays. So yeah, good times.
Totally
great pick.
Hell yeah,
awesome.
All right, so in the spirit of tonal shift, truly, I don't think that there is a single song that exists that my song could come after, and it wouldn't be pure whiplash, because it is a weird song from a weird game that is truly one of the catchiest tunes I have ever heard, and I apologize to both of you because it's going to be stuck in your head. And what I will beg of both of you and everyone listening is to tune in a little bit on the lyrics, because this song is from the game Glitch Spanker, which I did put on my top 10 last year. It is called Spunk I Love You, and it is a wild time with some funny lyrics. I mean, this is a very funny game. I recommend everyone play it that can. But yeah, let's give Spunk I Love You a listen from Glitch Spanker. Unfortunately, I don't know the composer, but let's give it a listen.
Is it love? It feels like heaven above. Spunk, I can't live without you. Is it love, 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 baby? You're where I want to be. You're where I want to be. You're where I want to be. Spunk, just you and me. lust? Is it love? I'm about to bust. Just you and I, endlessly, spunk and I till we die, spunk and I, baby.
So that was Spunk, I Love You. How did you guys feel about that song?
Oh, I definitely need to play this game. Like, this is gonna. I'm waiting for a Steam sale, and this gotta get added to the cart just because of the song. The song's such a banger. Great lyrics.
I cannot. Yeah, it's hilarious. I cannot believe that this game still has under 250 reviews on Steam. Like, it is such a. Truly, I feel like if there was better marketing for this game, it would have been just such a hit. It is
like a
so
streamer-friendly game too. 'Cause
Yes,
it's
that
comedic.
too.
Yeah,
It is.
Yep.
It's very funny. It is a hilarious game.
Very good. I mean, it's telling that YouTube's auto-generated recommendation after that is K-pop Demon Hunters. They're like, I think you're going to want to listen to this, paired nicely with Golden. I think that's a good mix for you. But yeah, ridiculously fun. If that's the tone of the game, I definitely would have a good time with it. So I'll play the dang thing. I'll play it.
I hope it comes to console at some point. It makes a lot of sense on PC, but it would feel good on console too.
Very nice.
Yeah. Well, we do have one more song today, but it's for our campfire chat. We got this email, I think, in February. So it was like right after the big 2025 one. But we saved it. We saved it and put it in our back pocket. It's from our buddy Kurgan. You guys want me to read it, or do one of y'all want to take on this one?
Go ahead, Josh.
Okay. Kurgan says, "Hi, everyone. Hope all is well. First of all, I wanted to give a big thank you to you guys for putting such a consistently lovely podcast every 2 weeks. Thank you. Listening feels like sitting in on a relaxed book club, but for games. I really appreciate the care you bring to discussing indie games and the space you create to slow down and reflect on them. It's something I always look forward to. Thanks." Steve mentioned in the most recent IQ OST episode how important battle themes are in RPGs, and I couldn't agree more. Undertale and Sea of Stars are obvious examples, but I wanted to share some of my favorite boss and battle themes from indie RPGs that are perhaps a little less known, maybe also a future IQ OST episode. Hope you enjoy. He says, P.S. the games where this music is from are all recommendations from him in general, too. And then he closes it off. We have 7 songs here. We're going to pick the first one here, and we're going to kind of save these as like closers for podcasts, or maybe we'll use them for like a user-submitted IQ OST like we've done in the past. So the song we're going to bring today, which he has a little blurb about here, is called Athenian Rhapsody. And the song's called Up for Rhapsody. This is actually a remix used for the credits, but it features the main battle theme. The one on YouTube doesn't loop, so it ends abruptly and is shorter, so I think this version is better to listen to. It was composed by ARPBug, which is Martin Peterson, who did an amazing job with the OST in general, featuring, amongst others, a ton of great boss and battle themes. So let's listen to Up Your Rhapsody from Athenian Rhapsody. Wow, guys, that kicked ass. Did he out OST us? You know what I mean? What do you guys think?
All I can say, Kurgan, is 2 thumbs up from me, bud. That was incredible. And yes, I do think that Kurgan out OST'd us, as to be expected.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounded like it was from a Genesis or a PC Engine shoot 'em up. Like
Yes.
It was so over the top, except for the parts where it very distinctly was not over the top, which were also an interesting choice. So very fun.
Yeah, the game itself looks very chaotic from the trailers. I was like, what is this game? I kind of got a grasp on it looking at a couple of trailers and screenshots and reading some descriptions, but the game seems absolutely insane in a good way, you know? So
It does. I want to play it, yes.
yeah. Well, I think that's going to do it for our OST episode today. We'll do like a really quick round of plugs. Steve, where can they find you on the internet?
Twitch and Blue Sky is Blinkoom. Where can they find you, Seth?
You can find me at Captain Drachma on Blue Sky and in the Polymedia Discord, best place on the internet. Heading over to Patreon, search up Polymedia, get into the Discord, come hang out. Josh, where can they find you?
You can find me at Josh Leslie on Blue Sky and my other podcast, The Monthly Mishap, where we talk about movies with our buddy Scotch and Hobbies. And I want to mention you can send us emails, IndieQuestPod@gmail.com. You can follow us, IndieQuestPod, on Blue Sky. Also, the form for the Indie Feudie is still there. I'm just going to leave it up until we do the episode. So it's a few episodes from now. So if you guys want to contribute to the survey, make all the answers more interesting for our little game show we're going to do, go check that out. It's in the description. So anyway, we're going to close out. I was like, I just made an audible. I'm like, why not? We have a few more songs from Kurgan here. Let's go ahead and close out with one of his other songs that he submitted here. This one's from Blossom Tales 2. It's just called Mini Boss, and the composer is Visager. Their real name is Josie Breckner. She also composed the music for the first Blossom Tales, which is also really great, which is Kurgan's little comment there. So let's close out this episode of IQ OST with a nice boss theme from Blossom Tales 2. Have a great day, guys, and see you on the next episode.
See ya.
Peace.